Russia-Ukraine war latest news. Mitch McConnell expects the next president to support Ukraine. On Thursday, Senator Mitch McConnell stated his belief that the U.S. will maintain its support for Ukraine in the conflict initiated by Russia, regardless of who wins the presidency. This came from the Republican from Kentucky while speaking at the 60th Annual Kentucky State Fair Ham Breakfast in Louisville, Kentucky, at the Kentucky Exhibition Center. Politicians and business moguls flocked to the event, which has been going strong since 1964 in an effort to boost the state's agricultural sector. In his presentation to the fairgoers, Senate Minority Leader Mitch McConnell brought up the need to strengthen national defenses, stating that the next president of the United States should make deterring America's enemies a front and center priority. What is the major obstacle that lies ahead? According to the Associated Press, AP, McConnell stated, "You could argue it's a situation maybe more challenging than World War II. Interacting with one another, you have an axis of evil consisting of North Korea, China, Russia, Iran, and Iran's proxies. What are their shared characteristics? They are all dictatorships. Their hatred of democracy knows no bounds. Additionally, they are competing with every democratic nation on the planet." His final comment was, "I'm certain we can prevent the next conflict by doing a better job of being prepared for it." The senator claims that forging closer relationships with allies is an important component of this strategy. "This problem needs to be front and center," McConnell said, regardless of the presidential winner. He did admit that he had a preference. And it has nothing to do with altruism. Helping others like this does not constitute charity. Since the democratic world is in need of a leader and no one can replace the United States as that leader, this serves our own self-interest. The Associated Press stated that during his speech on Thursday, McConnell avoided directly mentioning either former President Donald Trump or his presidential opponent, Vice President Kamala Harris. Regardless of his open animosity with the outgoing president, McConnell has stated his support for Trump. President Trump is practically and ethically accountable for provoking the events of the day, according to McConnell, who criticized Trump during the January 6, 2021, Capitol rioting. "There was no doubt in his mind," he went on to say. "The leader of the free world cannot spend weeks shouting that hidden powers are snatching our country and then fake astonishment when people believe him and do reckless things," the president told the crowd that rushed the building. In 2022, Trump referred to McConnell as a pawn for the Democrats to gain whatever they want, a term he used on his Truth Social platform, where he regularly lambasted the senator. Former United Nations Ambassador Nikki Haley stopped her candidacy for the Republican nomination shortly after McConnell endorsed Trump, despite the animosity between the two. When asked who the Republican nominee for president should be, McConnell stated in March that former President Trump had clearly won over enough Republican supporters to secure the nomination. "My whole support will be behind him as nominee." That should not be surprising. If Harris wins in November, she will likely continue President Joe Biden's steadfast backing for Ukraine, making her the more appealing candidate for Kyiv. On foreign policy, though, Trump may choose to maintain his America First stance. "The Russians must fail, because it is a lot bigger than the border between Ukraine and Russia," McConnell stated emphatically in his statement. "These courageous folks are taking on one of our greatest global enemies in an effort to maintain their freedom. We should definitely wish to lend them a hand." He warned that this will be a major issue in the future. In an interview with the Associated Press following his address, McConnell said that he believes American citizens understand the significance of helping Ukraine, regarding what will happen after November.